Growing up in Atlanta and seeing the growth was kind of amazing. There's this apartment building on Peachtree, the Darlington Apartments, that used to host the population. And I remember seeing Atlanta in the 700s. And when it got to 1 million, we never dreamed it could be more. Our city is dynamically changing, but Southern hospitality hopefully will never change. It's the hallmark of our city. You can have great buildings, you can have great industry, but you got to have great people with heart and soul. And Southern hospitality is something that I think is the hallmark of our city. And even when we get transplants from the north, we can infuse them with Southern hospitality and continue to make this place congenial, warm, and unique. I think if Atlanta had the ocean, it would be heaven. So I expect, hopefully to be here the rest of my life.
I met Steve Koonin in 1996 when I started working at the Coca-Cola Company, and I was so fortunate to be his consumer insights research manager.
I moved to Atlanta 2 years out of college. So the first time I lived here was about 1987. Moved away for a number of years, and then I came back in 1996, which is where I met Steve Koonin.
I moved here in 2002 after graduating from Wake Forest University, and I got an internship at Turner Broadcasting in TNT marketing. I met Steve Koonin when he was president of TNT, and I was the T3 intern in the marketing department. I was
interviewing for a job at Coke, and I interviewed with a bunch of people, and they made me come back the following week, and they said, "You got to meet this guy, Steve Koonin." And I was like, "Amazing, great." Never been more nervous in my life. He walked into the room and sat down and was like, "So, my team loved you." I'm like, "Great, okay." And "No, you don't understand. I think I'm the thing standing between you and getting a job here." And I was like, "Okay," like super nervous. And he says, "So I don't have any questions for you. What questions do you have for me? And before you start, I don't want any of those interview questions. What do you got?" And I didn't have any idea what to do. I sat there and I was like, "Well, your team liked me. What do you think?" And he goes, "Excuse me?" I go, "What do you think of me?" And he goes, "I love you. You're hired." And he said, "When can you start?" And I was just like, wow, that's the easiest, most intense interview of my life. So never forget it.
If you look at Atlanta, there's so many opportunities for young marketers. My advice is be fearless. One of the things I love about kids is they're not scared to pretend. They're not scared to play. They're not scared to imagine and dream. And as we get older, that kind of gets beaten out of us. I don't want to ask a question in the room. I don't want to look stupid. It's okay to look stupid. It's even better to look bold. It's even better to have a great idea that helps grow your company, your career. So I'd love to see more fearlessness in young marketers, taking more risks, taking more chances, because from there comes great stuff.
My first couple years here with the Hawks were really challenging. There was a lot going on, and he had just stepped into a role. And with all of the challenges, he was a leader first and foremost. And I got to witness him going through crisis communications and speaking to people and learning on the fly, which was phenomenal. But once we got kind of over the hump, we were like, we had to come up with creative ideas to really help change the trajectory of our business. And Steve, being Steve, said, "You know what, we should have Tinder night in the arena." I was like, "What?" It's like, "Yes, let's work with Tinder and have people have this physical love lounge. While you meet people online, you can bring it into the arena and have that happen here." And inspired by the work that he did with Koonin O'Brien and some other things, we actually made it happen. And it was one of the most tremendous things, our Swipe Right night that we had, during our first years here at the Hawks.
All through college, I worked in liquor stores, and I would read the Wine Spectator. I'd read all the periodicals. I loved talking to the salesmen. And got hired in my first job with national distributors. And I learned quickly that what moved product off the shelf was promotion, was marketing ideas. And as I built my career, I made creativity and ideas my currency that differentiated me from others.
One of my favorite things about Steve is, I told him one day years ago, "Man, you're the most creative person I've ever met. How do you do it?" And he was like, "There's only 5 original creative ideas in the world, 5. And everything is an adaptation or a combination of those 5 ideas." And I was like, "Oh man, that's amazing. What are they?" And he was like, "I'm not telling you, figure it out." And 25 years later, I think I got 3 of them figured out. Like I'm always asking, dude, what are the 5? And he's like, I'm not telling you. You got to figure it out. So I'm on this lifelong quest to figure out what the 5 are so I can say to him one day, like, I got it.
When I first met Steve Koonin, I knew instantly that this was no ordinary executive. He was funny and warm and dynamic, and I'd never met anybody who communicated the way Steve does in the business setting. Steve has so many qualities that make him stand out. I think one of them is he's a bit of an iconoclast. There are no sacred cows when it comes to Steve Koonin. And he really brings fresh eyes to everything that he is examining. If you give him a challenge or an assignment, the first thing he's gonna do, in my opinion, is look to pop culture or look to like the consumer and the experience they're having down on the ground. He once had the entire staff go to Six Flags and take photos of everybody and everything happening at Six Flags. And from that, he saw how hot, sweaty, and thirsty people were. And there weren't enough availability of Coca-Colas or vending machines or, and he was like, wait a minute, we're the brand that refreshes, Coke can do something. And he invented cool zones. I mean, that all came from fresh insights, no sacred cows, ethnography, getting out there and experiencing the assignment that he was given. So that's just one of the qualities that Steve brings to the table.
Steve is an amazing leader and a visionary in so many ways. And I think being a part of his universe while working at Turner, I got to see firsthand how his belief in culture and family first and his vision really helped to drive and grow one business that led to another business that led to all of the entertainment networks later on down the line. And so being able to have a front seat and see that and be a part of it under his leadership, it's just been phenomenal.
As a marketer, I was taught to think of my brand first, think about how I want to sell my products to people. And Steve would think of the consumer first and then work backwards. He knew that, for example, if Coke was going to sponsor something in a stadium, instead of putting a sign in the way, he was like, why are people going to this game? They're going to the game to have fun. How can we enhance the fun? How can we add something and be relevant in the moment and understand why they're there and not get in their way?
I've had people go with me from Coke to Turner and some to the Hawks. And the reason is because everybody needs to have a group that titles don't matter, ideas matter, values matter, actions matter. And if you're in an echo chamber, everything you say goes, it's only going to be on you. So we before me every time. I think about legacy a lot, and I want it to be about the people that I've been fortunate enough to work with, to mentor, to tutor, to have part of my teams. And when I look around the city and see people at Home Depot, I see leaders at Delta Airlines, I see leaders at Coca-Cola, I see leaders at a lot of different companies, but also great people who are helping nonprofits and doing work in the city. That's my legacy. The people that I had the opportunity to learn from and transfuse me with their blood, and me give them a little bit of mine, just a little, that helped them hopefully achieve their goals in life.
Steve is such a champion of creativity. His big ideas, other people's big ideas, he is willing to take a risk. He's willing to bat ideas around. I think it's probably his favorite saying that oysters only make pearls when they're irritated. And that's how he lives his life. Like, he welcomes creative tension, he welcomes different points of view coming together, and he knows, he trusts the process that something good is gonna come out of this. So let's keep talking, let's keep pushing it, let's keep figuring this out together.
I think with his humor and his authenticity, he has a very unique way of being able to engage people, make them feel like he is listening, that he cares, because I believe he genuinely does. But then he's so smart and he knows so much about so many things. And I think his experiences and his relationships and bringing all that together with his heart is really what makes him an impeccable leader.
There's 2 people that are responsible for my success. My wife, who was the first one who told me, hey, you're more creative than you think you are. And Steve, who allowed me to be as creative as I could be. So yeah, just a massive amount of respect for this guy. He's just Koonin's just one of a kind. And like I said, I couldn't be any more proud to be sitting here right now talking about him.
Congrats, Steve.
Congratulations, Steve.
Congratulations, Steve.
Hi there, Tony Ressler here, and I just want to congratulate Steve Koonin on his Lifetime Achievement Award for the American Marketing Association. I must say, Steve is one hell of a marketer. Not much of a basketball player, but one hell of a marketer. So for that, I understand why he would receive this award. Steve is an incredible friend, an incredible partner, and I must say, has really transformed the Atlanta Hawks, and we are enormously grateful for his hard work and his extraordinary creativity. Thank you so much.
Hey, Steve. It's Kira. I just wanted to say congratulations, and I'm so pleased to know you and have known you for many, many years. You treated me like such a queen. I always used to say, felt like the queen in the Macy parade. So thanks so much for everything, and congratulations.
Steve, what's up? It is Michael Render, aka Killer Mike, man. And I just want to say congratulations, congratulatory, you beautiful son of a gun. May God bless you always and always. May the laughter and light you've given to others always spread back to you. Full circle, love and respect and congratulatory.
Congratulations, Steve. Can't think of anyone who's more deserving of this incredible award. I've known you for, wow, almost 30 years. I've admired you. I've admired your pursuit of excellence, your talent. You truly are a trailblazer, a pioneer in the world of marketing, in the world of sports marketing. And so to have known you then and continue to know and work with you now is really an honor and a privilege. And I just want to say congratulations, well deserved.
Oysters make pearls when there's irritation. You sold the soup, you don't have to sell the buttons. Ideas are like diapers. When they're full of shit, you throw them away. And yes, we all know you're a native Atlantan, one of the very few, because you don't breed well in captivity. That one always kills. We met 27 years ago, virtually when I moved to the city of Atlanta, and it was truly the best thing that ever happened to me. First, you were a client and a partner, and when we asked you to be our consultant for our company, you declined, saying you'd rather be our insult. For the past 9 years, I've had the privilege of working side by side with you at the Atlanta Hawks and really seeing how the sausage is made. Your creative genius is unparalleled, you're an incredible leader, and truly the best is yet to come. So congrats on this incredible honor, and I love you, man.
Hey, it's the Inside the NBA crew, and we just want to pass on our congratulations to one of our old bosses.
Who's that?
Yeah, Steve Koonin.
What? What happened?
Steve Koonin, the American Marketing Association Lifetime Award.
Yes.
Here
Well,
at
once he got out of here,
deserved.
we were dragging him down. Once he got out of here, he's been successful.
Hey, Steve, congratulations on your Atlanta Lifetime Achievement Award. Your innovation all these years has been nothing short of remarkable. It's great to see all these years of hard work that you're being recognized. I wish you the best, my brother.
Steve, there is no one more deserving of this Lifetime Achievement Award than you. You are one of the most creative executives in the industry. You have built extraordinary brands and businesses, and you have shown an unwavering commitment to your hometown of Atlanta at every step of your career. On behalf of your many friends and colleagues in the NBA, congratulations on this outstanding honor.
If I were to give 5 words to describe Steve Koonin, it would be strong, decisive, creative, thoughtful, and loyal. Steve, I've known you almost my whole life. You are one of the kindest and most caring persons that I know. I am so proud of all your accomplishments and so proud to call you my friend. And it is with love and much admiration that I congratulate you, Steve.
What a wonderful honor for our friend Steve. Our entire family have all been friends over the past many years through thick and thin. Games and concerts are wonderful, but that's about what you are. Our Saturday lunches where we yak about life for a few hours is why I love you, because that's who you are. Congratulations on this Lifetime Award. Love you, Steve.
All right, a huge congratulations to my buddy Steve Koonin. Steve, congratulations, man, on your award, the Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Marketing Association. Man, that is really, really cool stuff. So congratulations, well earned, well deserved. And really quickly, for those who may not know, yes, of course, Steve and I do sit on the board of directors for TKO, but well before our board appointments, Steve and I did business back in the day. We had a couple of shows together when he was running Turner. Those shows, of course, were on TNT and TBS, and we were doing some pretty good stuff back then in terms of helping people become the best versions of themselves on those shows. So it was good stuff back then. Now fast forward, Steve, to you now. You're still involved clearly in good stuff, inspiring people to be the best versions of themselves through your actions. So congratulations, man. Enjoy your award. And when I see you next time, we're raising a glass of tequila. Congrats.
Hello, I'm Brian Davis, President and CEO of Georgia Aquarium, and I want to take a moment to congratulate Steve Koonin on his recognition for a lifetime achievement in the space of marketing. Steve, this is no surprise to me, as I'm sure you are well aware. You are just an extraordinary leader. You're creative, you're enthusiastic, you're thoughtful, and you've just transformed the landscape in so many areas. Of course this was going to happen for you.
Hi, I'm Koonin O'Brien, and I want to congratulate my good friend Steve Koonin on receiving the American Marketing Association Atlanta Lifetime Achievement Award. By the way, how come I never got this award? Can I have it next year? That's not the point. The point is Steve Koonin. And I just want to say a quick word. I met Steve Koonin at a very troubled time in my life. My career was in jeopardy. Steve Koonin stepped in. At TBS, he gave me a safe haven. He gave me ultimate respect. He turned out not only to be a brilliant executive, but also a real mensch, a good friend. He saved my life, I'll be honest with you. I adore Steve Koonin, and I owe him more than I can ever say. I've worked for two great men, Lorne Michaels and Steve Koonin. Steve, you deserve this. I love you. Congratulations, and please make sure that next year I receive the American Marketing Association Atlanta Lifetime Achievement Award. Come on! I deserve it. Bye, Steve.